of us need sleep. In school, online, we hear people talk about you need X amount of sleep or that sleep is very important. But why are so many disregarding that by having poor habits, by purposefully ruining their sleep? I mean, alone in America, about a third of all people have less than 7 hours of sleep in their 24-hour cycle. Getting less than 7 hours of sleep, in the short run, you may feel a bit tired, you yawn a bit more. That's not so bad, right? But in the long run, I mean, if you do this for over years, you can become obese, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, strokes, depressions. So to make people more aware of their bad sleeping habits and help them fixing their problems or their bad habits, today I will be talking about 3 things that are ruining your sleep. The first thing I want to talk about is mouth breathing and mouth breathing during the night. More than half of all Americans would label themselves as mouth breather. Sadly, the least of them know how bad this really is for them. It affects their daily life. With mouth breathing during the day, you have worse endurance than if you would breathe through your nose. You get sick more often and your nose is more plugged than ever. Mouth breathing also affects your sleep. When you sleep and your mouth is open, you start to snore. And snoring is in the long game very bad thing. Long time snoring can cause decreased blood oxygen, high blood pressure, strokes, type 2 diabetes. You feel more fatigued and you have a higher risk of heart attacks. But worse than snoring, and often a side effect of snoring, is sleep apnea. This is a disorder in which you stop breathing for a few seconds during the night, the whole night. So this means if you sleep like 7 hours, in those 7 hours for periods of times you stop breathing for a few seconds. And I think you can imagine how bad this is for you. I mean, this all sounds very bad. However, the snoring and the sleep apnea can be reduced or even avoided with 2 simple tricks. The first one is quite obvious. You need to start breathing through your nose during the day. This means you need to consciously start trying to breathe through your nose during training, during work, every time. First, this will be quite difficult because you've started the habit of breathing through your mouth, but with training and time, you start to automatically breathe through your nose. If you do this for a long period of time, your brain starts to recognize this and automatically breathe through your nose. The second trick is during the sleep. You need to take some tape and stick it on your mouth so it's closed during the night, like this or this. It doesn't matter how you put it on. It's just important that you tape the mouth so you can't breathe through it. The first few times it will feel very uncomfortable. You may feel claustrophobic or will rip the tape off in a few minutes. But that's fine. If you do this often, maybe on day 3 you can have the tape on for 3 hours. On day 8 for the whole night. And in a month you don't even notice it anymore and you have good sleep. If you do this over this period of time, the benefits of doing that will outweigh all the downsides. You will have a better sleeping experience, you'll feel more refreshed and energetic in the morning, and even your face will change a bit. The second thing that is ruining your sleep is being on your phone, tablet, PC right before sleep. Of course, it's very tempting after a long day of work to relax and be on your phone or PC right before bed. However, the downsides outweigh the benefits of scrolling on your phone or playing on your PC right before bed. I'm not saying you shouldn't do this at all. All I'm saying is you should avoid it like 1 hour or even better 2 hours before you go to sleep, because your brain needs to unwind. It needs to process the day and needs to initiate so you can go to sleep. But if you're fully engaged in scrolling on your phone or gaming or whatever you do, it can't do that. So you need to stop doing that and replace it with maybe reading that isn't as engaging as scrolling on your phone. This means after you put down your phone, for example, you want to go to bed at 10 p.m. So normally you are scrolling on your phone till 10 p.m. and then you go into your bed and try to sleep. But you can't sleep, right? You are still awake, you try to sleep, your eyes are shut, but you can't sleep. The reason? Your brain needs to unwind before going to sleep. You need 10 to 2 hours so your brain is fully ready to sleep. The best way to avoid this is by simply putting your phone down like 2 hours before going to bed. In this time you can develop an evening routine. For example, meditate, journal about the day, have a nice cup of tea, something that calms you down, not something as engaging as your phone. And I will guarantee you, if you do that, you will sleep faster and your sleep will feel better. The last thing that causes bad sleep is something that can't be avoided. It's stress. A stressful day, like I said, can't always be avoided. But it is important to wind down before going to sleep. If you're going to sleep with your mind full of things you want to do, things that troubles you, things that make you nervous, you won't have a good rest. For example, you could meditate or journal about the day, something that reduces the stress and makes you ready for bed, so your mind isn't covered with things you need to do in the morning. You even could take a walk or read a book or something that just calms you down before going to sleep. Because if you are going to bed stressed and with all the things on your mind, you won't fall asleep easy and your sleep will be terrible. you wake up feeling with less energy. Also, something you could add during the day is to reduce the stress a tiny bit. For example, have a nice cup of tea during lunch break, or a nice meal that you can enjoy and really focus on that and ignore the daily stress for a bit will reduce the stress for a bit. I hope this video helped you to make sleep more of your priority, and I hope you even learned something that you take with you so you can improve your sleep. If you want more personalized help, click the first link in the description. And with that said, I hope you have a great day, sleep good, and hopefully I see you in the next video. Goodbye.